Hello, this is Apostle Bernard with the Renaissance Prophetic Network and the lead coach for the Creative Awakenings Academy. Um, I had made a video earlier today, and I was watching it, and I didn't like the way it looked. There was something going on with my mouth area. So I deleted it. So I'm back to make this video again. I'm not going to be on long. So if you're watching, well, I had two on, but they left. So I want to talk about today one of the series that we are doing here on our channel is titled Ministry and the Marketplace. And this series of videos that we're going to be talking about and sort of just sharing some of our own experiences. I've been in ministry for 37 years. Started preaching when I was 17 years old. I've been in the marketplace since 2009 when I wrote and published my first book. And so I see the Lord doing a new thing in the earth that expresses the kingdom, and that is He is raising up ministers and He is sending them into the marketplace. All right. Now, this particular teaching does not correspond with the teaching that has been in the church for the last 50 years. Going back to the 70s, which is the teaching of ministry in the marketplace. I don't believe that ministry belongs in the marketplace. And I believe that a lot of the era that we're in, hey, Angela, good seeing you. Hey, Tag 9, thank you for joining us. So I believe a lot of the confusion we're seeing in the church is people are confusing ministry and marketplace. What is ministry? What is marketplace? And then others are trying to do ministry in the marketplace. And so last year we wrote a story in the anthology, and the Lord just really put on our heart to talk about how to navigate between ministry and the marketplace, because you can do both, but you have to know how to be a minister in ministry and how to be a business person in the marketplace. All right. So today, a few weeks ago, I did a video on the marketplace, and today I want to talk about ministry, and I want to talk to us about what is ministry. Well, of course, the word ministry. Hey, DS. I've done a couple of lives before. We're trying to do more of them. Hey, okay, my friend George Walden is on. Thanks for letting me know who you were, and I love acknowledging George. Let's see. I met George we were at Martin Luther King Junior High School in Cleveland, Ohio. So that's more than 40 years ago. So I met him in the late 70s. He's been one of my best friends, longest friends, because I don't have a lot of friends from Cleveland and from junior high. All right. So thanks, George, for joining us. But I've done lives before, but I'm on to do a live now because I'm replacing the live the video that I did this morning. Okay, so what is ministry? Well, the ministry is service, and we are all in ministry, but we don't all function in the same type of ministry. All right, and so we are all ministers. We are all servants, and we minister first to God. Our first ministry as believers, we minister to God, which is worship. Romans 12:2 says that our says, because I'm trying to quote it from memory and it's not working out. But let me just run right quick to Romans chapter 12. And there it says, we present our bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable to God, which is our reasonable service or our ministry. So we worship God with our bodies. We worship him with our hands. Okay. We acknowledge him and we value him as the God and creator and Lord over our lives. So all of us as believers are called to minister to God. He is our first ministry. And then secondly, we minister to the house of God, or we minister in the house of God. Now, when I talk about the house of God, I'm not talking about a traditional building, a building that has been set apart for ministry or for service. I'm not talking about church in a traditional sense where you go to get ministry. And usually there's one person, the pastor, who is doing all of the ministry, and the people are there to receive ministry from him. But I'm talking about the house of God being the people of God, the sons of God, those that have been set apart by God and who are now being the household of God. We are the household of God. So that means that each of us as believers are called to minister to one another, whether that's through support or whether it's through prayer, intercession, through prophetic words, through acts of service. We are all called to minister to God. I'm sorry if y'all can hear my phone ringing. It's been business people trying to get me all week. I'm trying to get some health insurance, and unfortunately, I gave my number out on a website, and I've been getting calls like crazy. But let me get back to ministry. So we all are called to minister. Now, I'm not speaking of ministry in the traditional sense where, because see, I came out of the Baptist church, and in the Baptist church, you are a minister if you are called to preach. And in the particular denomination I was in, if you wasn't ordained, you was called a minister, and you was given a license by the congregation that you was a member of that acknowledged your call to preach. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about all of us being called to ministry to the house. Okay. We all have gifts. We all have abilities. We all have knowledge. We all should love one another. Okay. We should be there for one another. Okay. And that is the ministry in the house there, where we're called to build up one another, to encourage one another, and we're called to give support to one another. Okay. Now, the third expression of ministry is what is called vocational ministry. And in vocational ministry, I'm trying to wrap this up in 10 minutes. So I don't know if I can. Vocational ministry is a calling where God chooses some to lead, to edify, and to equip the people of God, the congregation of God. Those that are called to vocational ministry are apostles, prophets, teachers, evangelists, and pastors. We use the word vocational because vocation means the work. It also means full time. So those that are called to vocational ministry are those who are called to the body of Christ or to the house of God to raise up the body so that all can do ministry. Okay. It's not just about a church paying somebody to preach to them every week, teach them every week, visit the sick, preside over the functions or the life of the congregation. But vocational ministry is those who the Lord sends to mature us so that all of us can do ministry. So I'm hopeful that we come to an understanding that we are all called, we all I won't say we're all called to ministry, because I do believe that those that are called to ministry are those in vocational ministry, but by virtue of our being the sons of God and the children of God, we are all called to ministry. We all serve in ministry. Okay, I'm trying not to say call. We all serve in ministry, and then we all serve God in worship. All right, so thank you all for joining us today. We're done, and we hope to, like I said, we hope to do more of these on at least once a week, maybe Fridays, where we'll do one on ministry, the other on the marketplace. Shalom. Please check out the description box and take advantage of the resources that we have available to you. Shalom. Thank you, Angela. Thanks for joining us.